So sometimes I wonder why it needs to take us so much time, like forever, so much measure of damage and sacrifice to simply understand that we're just here to live, to love, and to live. We've never been so lucky enough to avail ourselves this simple understanding, not with a regular sermons and preachings, not with the teachings and studying. They're just never enough. The time is always available as opportunity to rise and walk, to fly and fall, be frank and blunt, whatever it is we want, or smart and dull. You see, if getting rich and acquiring to ourselves unwanted luxuries is actually living, I believe we wouldn't like to be called foolish, but because the reality would eventually make us one, it would vex our spirits. I'm not going to call you foolish because it seems we're impressing ourselves after all. Treasured luxury would come at a price and with its damages and demands, even denials, and shamefully and painfully, it wouldn't bail us out of the depths of self-inflicted spirit provocation, imminent damage, and probation or reprobation. It won't deal with the littles, tiredness and sick, lust of appetite in the kitchen and bakery, thirst in the pool and ocean. We do all that's needed, good, bad, and even ugly, to get the sense makers of today at our beck and call. Tomorrow would, however, arrive safe to become another today, and sense makers don't survive another but different days. When they manage to, it's in a coma, kind of, embracing their past, shamefully taking pride in their outdated regalia. And then the love and desire for the very luxury sells and sends us to an endless run and desire. No gain, no profit. No one succeeds quenching that fire. No one. No one ever gets to meet the demands. So then it has been about us giving in and giving out at its farthest reach and stretch and limit every bit of energy and strength to fight and hold on to our beliefs and wants, sentiments and judgments. We're here to live. We're in the middle of time, laid us ambush of what makes us only but truly wise if we don't die. Falling to become strong, and another to become stronger, growing by falling apart, maybe to stand for whatever it is that's right, getting the scars, nursing our wounds and bruises, heartbreaking, tears rolling, disappointings, and camera rollings. A movie director should understand that, then you probably will. Yes, they almost get us damaged. They show more than we do, and they stay millenniums and decades. We'd save and save more, profits and gains. We want more. On all the competition and meaningless greed, we do more. And like cars, it'll consume us into lately knowing the reality. It deceive and luring into dying moments of absolute and total death one that will set our feet onto the path of the valley of shadows and forgetfulness. We'll die to notice our fortune spenders spend with the disregards to an unfortunate savor. And as the days run in and out, none would remember maybe a photograph. We're here to live, and we must live. Where someone's going to ask, what if I ended now? Well, too, you ended a minute out of the womb. Guess what? You've had a chance already. And considering ending it at any point doesn't make a thing better. Tall men's definitely going to have their thin legs. Becoming tall is a matter of choice. We mustn't all be tall. To be and not choose to be short may not be a disease at all, or after all. Living in a world where we exchange sentiments and pride is just very different from living in the hearts of men, where a genuine care and accept is a gate pass and love a currency. Love is nice, and when a condition comes with it, it's given, it becomes life, and not until we have given life, we haven't actually lived. With love, the unconditional, would be true to ourselves, ensconced in what makes us unique and similar, rather than what makes us different. With it comes unity and understandings that's enough to bring Babel to memory. With it, we value our being, we find essence and rights of continued living, build trust like strong unbreakable tower, get refreshed like an afternoon shower, would work for and not just wish for the best. We'd have a language, one family, solidarity, and new days. We'd only read of enmity, only imagine the stupidity. We'd see Jehovah be young forever, lost with slaughter, not Delilah. Of course you're that group, man. Probably Samson wouldn't. None will suffer. None should, actually. With love, the unconditional, generally given, would be angels, far more and better. Taste paradise. Sky would be drawn nearer, would touch the sun, kiss the moon, pick the stars. We're here to love. And when we, a better world than the best we create, is all that will fill our imagination and expectation at our living and sojourning. We're here to live, to love, and then to live. So we may have been here to live and to love. We're sure here to live, and we must. The part we barely wish for, the living, one that puts an end to our life, genuine or not, one that brings death closer to us than shadow, and gives it hands to knock on our doors, one that gives its sword to pierce them all, the very one that puts this unexpected final stop to not just our heart pump and blood run, but our every bit of desire, wants, efforts, and relationships. We must live. Something must be responsible, and whatever that becomes, it will outlive us, even if it's for a second or more. So then only the wise knows that that only them with a love and concerns for fellow men and women, and a seemingly unprofitable investment in them, at a demise hands over to men and the rest of the world, a heartfelt grievance, happiness, true solace, respects and hope, and an everyday wish that last stayed longer than they had, leaving behind adorable but last long memories in the hearts of men, and holding only unto themselves nothing but a wish never to return, and they're waking up into a better place. You see, foolishness is living only for oneself, because loving, raising concerns, and investing only but in oneself is pointless. And then doing so in disregard to the faring of others is simply but equally hurting and killing oneself. That's a disease. I mean, a self-inflicted, life-taking, and non-profiting. It ends whatever temporary pleasure and seemingly fulfillment with just an endless regrets, poverty of a kind, and more wish to return for amendments, and waking up into bitterness and loneliness and another form of death. Such are people who hold their grievance, regrets, poverty, and hopelessness with them, living behind nothing and then just nothing. It's nothing. We just do not live without living. Yes, we can live without breathing. Whatever is worth giving, whatever is worth the fight, whatever is worth living or dying for, whatever is worth the sacrifice, whatever or not, we're simply but just here to live, to love, and to live.